On April 14th, I became a prisoner of war.
Mm-hmm.
And I was transferred from one camp to another and finally to Bretzenheim,
Mm-hmm.
where I stayed for 3 months under free heaven.
No cover.
No cover whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody was under free heaven, and it would rain sometimes for 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
And you can imagine 118,000 people under free heaven, under the rain, and they tried to survive. And a lot of them couldn't. They died there. I was going to school with one person who died right there. His name was Tom, his first name, and I don't know his last name because he was from a different village, you know. But he got pneumonia there and he died right in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
And so in the morning, the dump truck would drive through the prisoner camp picking up the dead. And according to Eric Werner, 120
Mm-hmm.
to 180 persons
Mm-hmm.
died every day and night. In the morning they came with a dump truck to pick them up, throw them on a dump truck and took them away. This is what we saw. It was a terrible sight.
Mm-hmm.
They organized strong German soldiers, big strong guys, that would throw these dead people on top of the truck. So, and I did not go to the bathroom for 12 days because nothing coming in and nothing going out. We didn't have bathrooms, we just had holes in the ground there. There were no bathrooms there. When I was there, at least.
Where was the hole?
Oh, they dug a hole, a trench, and that's where people had to relieve themselves. Just in the trench.
Mm-hmm.
And then they would cover it up and dig another trench.
Oh, wow. What did they feed you?
Nothing. As I said, if you don't have to go to relieve yourself for 12 days, there was nothing coming in. Sometimes we would get one little chocolate bar for 3 days. That was enough for 3 days. Like I divided my chocolate bar in 3 pieces because I knew the next couple of days we wouldn't get nothing anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And then they would bring bread, and each person would get one slice of bread and a glass of water. Not a glass, it was plastic cups we had, and there was a water tap, and there were about 100 people standing in line trying to get a glass of water. Mm. We were allowed only one glass of water a day.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Well, not a glass, a cup, plastic cup, you know. You had to keep that cup for the next day, always. No, and sometimes they would bring potatoes, you know, small potatoes. Mm-hmm. One little potato per person for 1 day. That was the food, all you got.
Wow. Was it cooked at least?
They were cooked, yes.
Yeah.
And we were told by some people from outside the fence that the farmers in the area, they boiled the potatoes and brought them there for the prisoners.
Oh my goodness. Wow. What were you saying about the barbed wire?
Yeah, the barbed wire, this is what puzzled me, because they had so much barbed wire there. There were squares with barbed wire cordon off, and each square had 3,000 people in there. And the barbed wire was about 8 feet tall, 8 feet high, all round, you know. And we were not allowed to go close to the fence. And if people would go closer to the fence as they were allowed, about 6 feet away from the fence, you had to stay away from the fence. Otherwise, they would be shot. And one bullet came between me and my friend right into the ground when somebody went closer to the fence. So we were lucky we didn't get hit. You can imagine how depressing it is to be there helpless, completely terrible, you know. It was an experience that no one can forget who was in there. No one.
And you never got so depressed that you tried to kill yourself or anything like that?
That never entered my mind to kill. You know what? Some people, they were so depressed and so terrible finished, they ran towards the barbed wire and climbed up the barbed wire just to be shot, and they were shot. They wanted to end their life, you know. And that's I would say, if a man doesn't have any faith in God, you know, he could do something like that. But I had such a strong faith in the Lord, and I promised I would trust Him forever, and I did. And that's how God saw fit to keep me alive until now.